in meetings versus the Panthers.
Both teams predicated on defense. Northern Kentucky leads the league in steals, while for Milwaukee, they lead the league defensively in their opponent's shot percentage from the floor. Milwaukee wins the tip. They will possess it first. As we said in the open, no Patrick Baldwin Jr., but DeAndre Colston had a great game Thursday night at Wright State, and he will take the first shot, and he'll clank it off the side of the glass. I think the front door was still open, or somebody swung it open immediately, and Langdon on the other end bricks one up. So both teams getting off to a slow start on this New Year's Day afternoon.
Yeah, but Golston is the scorer for Milwaukee, so look for him to be early and active in taking shots for the Panthers.
Here's the point guard newbie wearing number 0. Vin Baker Jr. knocks down the first shot of the game, and that name should be familiar. His dad, Vin Baker, was a great NBA player.
Well, and I'm sure Vin Baker would love that shot right there. Great job by Vin Baker Jr. finding that high post position and making a play. That's what you have to do against Northern Kentucky.
Let's take a look at Northern Kentucky starters, and that's a long two-pointer by Trayvon Faulkner. He's joined by Sam Vincent, Marquez Warwick, Bryson Langdon, and Chris Brandon gets the start once again in place of Adrian Nelson, who is out with an illness. And Baker, once again, he's in the starting lineup filling in for the ill Patrick Baldwin Jr. I tell you what, Baldwin might be an All-American, but Vin Baker has come to play here today.
He has, and again, that's how you beat this Northern Kentucky matchup zone. You have to get the ball into the playmakers on the interior at the logo.
So each team down a starter due to illness. Northern Kentucky has 2 other non-starters unavailable due to illness, and Hubie Prevorius is a physical injury. It looks as if he'll miss his 2nd consecutive day with a back injury. He was dressed, is on the bench, but did not go through warm-ups. So a shorthanded group for Northern Kentucky. Here's Faulkner from long range, no good, and it's St. Pierre with the rebound, the transfer out of Wisconsin Parkside. And on the other end, that's an offensive foul against Vin Baker Jr.
Yeah, and great position there defensively from Trayvon Faulkner to draw that foul from Vin Baker Jr.
So let's take a look at our keys to the game, Brad.
Well, for Northern Kentucky, they need to avoid having another slow start. The Norse have really struggled in the first half of games this season. They have to be ready from the jump. For Milwaukee, guard your yard. The Panthers have to win their one-on-one matchups on the defensive end. They can't allow Faulkner or Marquez Ward to dictate the pace of play. And for both teams, second chance points will be important. The Norse are one of the best teams in the country at offensive rebounding.
Jordan Latham just broke up that lob pass to Brandon and commits the foul as Darren Horn looks on in his 3rd season with Northern Kentucky after stops at both Western Kentucky and South Carolina. As Chris Brandon had a breakout game Thursday against Green Bay, misses the first free throw, and that's definitely a part of his game that he needs to improve. As you take a look at Pat Baldwin Sr., now he's known as Patrick Baldwin's dad, but a fantastic player at Northwestern in his day and has really been a great coach at Milwaukee. As they went through some turmoil, his first year, he was the 3rd coach in 3 seasons, and it looks like he's given them stability.
Yeah, and he's a guy that just the players love to play for. And when you're playing for a guy like that who is really known as a big-time defensive player at Northwestern, he wants to get it done on that side of the ball.
Yeah, he left Northwestern as a player, the all-time leader in steals. I think he's still in the top 3. As Baker gets it down low, but Brandon cuts him off. Golston.
Good hands.
Knocked away on the floor is Warwick. Now Brandon helps, and I believe they're going to call that a jump ball. They do, and the possession arrow favors Northern Kentucky.
Boy, Northern Kentucky does a great job defensively forcing steals. In that matchup zone, you'll see those guards, how they really extend on the perimeter. You see Faulkner here. I mean, Golston's about 5 feet out from the three-point line. There's a ton of pressure, and then great hustle there by Marquez Ward to attack, get his hands on the ball. He loves seeing that energy early on in the game.
A little weave action there. I don't see Coach Kenny Shields in his normal seat. Hopefully he's joining us on the broadcast as Sam Vincent, another Fort Thomas, Kentucky native, knocks one down.
Well, and the freshman Sam Vincent, I think, has really been Northern Kentucky's most consistent player this season, which you don't typically say that about a true freshman, but just look at his numbers. He fills up the stat sheet in every category.
Newby collides with Vincent, and Vincent is called for the foul, and now Milwaukee will be the first team to go to its bench. And number 24, a fantastic player for them, Josh Thomas. He's a legit starter on most teams here in this league, but he gives them that punch off the bench. He's joined by Tafari Sims as well. And there's a steal by Vincent. And he'll go with a breakaway and lay it up and in. Golston tried, but couldn't cut him off.
Well, and I love the start here for Northern Kentucky, and they're getting it done on the defensive end with that pressure. Milwaukee needs to slow down like they did in the first couple possessions of this game. Get that playmaker in the high post, which you would think with Thomas coming in, he might be playing in that position as well at some point.
It looked like Sims had flashed to the high post momentarily. Now St. Pierre. And then
Coach Baldwin, I think, was a little bit surprised that he ended up deciding to play for the Milwaukee Panthers. But, man, you can't pass on the opportunity to play for your dad. So hopefully he gets back healthy and gets in the lineup here for the Panthers sooner or later.
Marquez Warwick just knocks down a three, and Northern Kentucky hits double figures coming out of the break. Northern Kentucky doesn't have the deepest bench as usual, so they don't make a substitution during that first media timeout like they normally do. There's a nice pocket pass from St. Pierre to Thomas, but the zone collapses, so the Panthers have to restart. Golston
Tough shot.
Pulls up over Langdon, and the rebound goes to Trayvon Faulkner.
Boy, just a really difficult shot for Milwaukee. I mean, I know Golston is a big-time scorer, but that one, a fadeaway jumper with two guys on him. Just a difficult shot. Milwaukee needs to settle down on that end of the floor. 5 turnovers in that first 4 minutes that led to 5 points for Northern Kentucky.
Faulkner, no good. Brandon will tap it out to Warwick, and a collision in midair, and Tafari Sims will get tagged for the foul. So 3 quick fouls on the Panthers as a team, and let's take a look at that replay, and that's just some good hustle that Sims gets caught up in.
Well, and you see Chris Brandon again working on the offensive boards, and he gets his hands on so many basketballs. 11 boards in that game against Green Bay. He really changes the game with what he does rebounding the basketball.
Jordan Latham returns as Faulkner tipped up by Brandon, and he'll tip it back out to Thomas, who's 1-on-2, and he somehow finds Latham in traffic.
Yeah, I don't know how Thomas was able to regain the basketball and find a teammate for a bucket, but a great hustle play there from Josh Thomas.
Also, Devin Hancock, number 1, checked into the game for the first time wearing the Milwaukee Panther black. There's a lob and a stufferino from Chris Brandon.
It's a big-time play right there, and the senior point guard Bryson Langdon with a beautiful pass to Chris Brandon.
You know, we've seen a lot with Bryson Langdon having that kind of chemistry with Adrian Nelson, and now it looks like he's developing it also with Chris Brandon.
Well, and Langdon plays with such poise as a kind of a senior point guard. He does a great job off ball screens, really occupying the defenders. That time, a great play there.
Hancock, top of the key, no good, and it's chased down by Faulkner. Here comes the Norse. Langdon directing traffic. He'll get it to Vincent. He'll wait for the screen from Brandon.
Nice play.
How about that? Shows the ball, and once his guy...
Basketball, but look for Chris Brandon to have yet another great game.
Milwaukee coming out of the timeout. Trying to slow things down. Trey Robinson checks in. He's the first substitute off of Darren Horn's bench today. He wears number 1 for NKU. There he is guarding Thomas. And now a hold away from the ball. And I believe they got Vincent, and that is indeed the case.
Yeah, they got Vincent fighting with Tafari Sims for position. Sims was trying to post up and gain position on the freshman.
So Faulkner returns, and Vincent goes out. There you see the senior out of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And another new player in the game, this time for Milwaukee. That's a long three-pointer. Moses Bowl who is a cousin of Manute Bol, believe it or not. Remember Manute Bol back in the day, 7'6", shooting three-pointers for the Washington Bullets, as they were known at the time. And he's out there wearing number 33 for Milwaukee, a 7-footer out of the South Sudan. Nice shot there by Thomas, difficult, but can't make it, and Robinson gets the rebound.
Boy, once again, I love the rim protection there from Chris Brandon.
Long shot missed by Bryson Langdon, and here's Thomas on the run. He makes the Euro step, and he draws the foul on Bryson Langdon. So Langdon commits the foul, it's his first, and that'll send Josh Thomas to the line. Thomas, a senior out of Chicago, Illinois, scored a then career-high 19 against NKU last season on an efficient 8 of 10 shooting from the floor.
Well, Josh Thomas, a really talented player. He's a physical guard. He's always attacking. You saw in transition right there, very under control. Kind of plays that Euro step, draws that contact from Bryson Langdon. A good free throw shooter as well, shooting over 70% from the line.
There's Isaiah Mason, a freshman out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. He got his first significant minutes on Thursday night. And with the team being shorthanded, Darren Horn calls his name again. And he's the second guy off the bench.
Well, in the environment that we're all living in right now, especially for these teams and these coaches, it has to be next man up mentality. I don't care who you are. If you're a walk-on player, a guy that doesn't play very much, you have to be ready in practice so that you're ready for these moments.
Northern Kentucky down 3 players to illness and a 4th to injury. And that was missed badly by Warwick, but he's able to get it back. The handoff goes to Mason. Mason to Warwick. Too strong. Another offensive rebound by Brandon. Langdon. Now it's Warwick. Nice spin cycle over top the big fella.
Brandon again.
And it's Brandon with the stick back.
Brandon is not going to give up rebounding the basketball. You're going to get that energy from Chris Brandon this whole game. Milwaukee has to do a better job and get a body on him, or it's going to be like that all afternoon.
4 rebounds already for the Houston, Texas native, the nephew of John Lucas. Great NBA point guard back in the day. That shot is missed by Latham, and a rebound by Northern Kentucky. Langdon's open from the corner, too strong, and it's Mason with another rebound. Langdon no good, but Northern Kentucky keeps getting second opportunities. They're not always cashing in, but they're getting a shot.
Well, and they're getting great shots. They just have to be able to knock it down. In that possession, Bryson Langdon, 2 great looks from the three-point line, just able to knock either of them down.
Vin Baker Jr., who scored the game's first 4 points, gets another basket, and Milwaukee just now up to 10.
Yeah, and they need to keep looking for spots like that on the offense.
That's because of those steals. Northern Kentucky getting a lot of offensive rebounds, but can't really take advantage. They're only shooting 33% from the floor as Brandon loses the handle there.
Yeah, I mean, Northern Kentucky has 7 offensive rebounds in this game, but just 2 second chance points. So Milwaukee getting a little bit lucky that Northern Kentucky hasn't been able to connect off of those second chance opportunities.
That one rattles in and out for DeAndre Golston. Now Northern Kentucky on the other end. Here's Brandon, a handoff to Langdon. Robinson for 3, too strong. We saw Robinson play a lot of the 5 spot on Thursday night. He had never done it in his entire basketball career. It really held his own, that's for sure.
Yeah, Robinson definitely an X factor for Northern Kentucky. He's a guy, if he plays well off of the bench, adds kind of a whole other element to this Northern Kentucky team.
Golston gets it into Vin Baker Jr., and it's stolen away by Mason. Can he catch up to it? He does, and he needs the pump fake to kiss it off the glass.
Yeah, great play from the freshman coming off the bench and making an immediate impact.
Isaiah Mason, one of the top players in the state of Kentucky last year as a senior, and he was kind of overshadowed by a couple of guys, one of which was Sam Vincent from Fort Thomas Highlands. Now they're teammates here at NKU. Latham, no good. Baker almost had a dunk on the tip back, but instead he gets fouled, and it's going to be Trayvon Faulkner committing his first foul.
Yeah, great activity there from Vin Baker Jr. He's coming off a good performance on Thursday night versus Wright State, where he had 6 points and 8 rebounds in that time. I love the energy attacking to get to the boards there.
Vin Baker Jr., an interesting story, played 2 years at Boston College, close to his home. His dad played a long time for the Celtics as well as the Milwaukee Bucks, so those are his two kind of adopted hometowns. Transfers to Milwaukee, has to sit out a year as a transfer back when you had to do that stuff, and then missed last year via injury. So this is the first time he's been on the floor for Milwaukee, and he's been on campus now. This is his 3rd season.
And it feels like he's starting to become more comfortable in his role for Milwaukee as the season's gone along.
He can only make one of the 2 free throws, does Baker. As Warwick works around the screen with Brandon. And it's clear they're doing that high pick and roll, and any opportunity for Brandon. Faulkner no good, and the rebound goes to Jordan Lathan. Lathan gets it across. There's Baker with it now. And coming off with a help defense is Brandon, and he commits the foul. And Chris Brandon, we saw him get into foul trouble on Thursday night. He eventually fouled out of the game. And, you know, when you're down a man like Adrian Nelson, it's very important Brandon stay out there.
Well, and in that scenario right there, there's no reason for Brandon to come over and swipe down. Northern Kentucky had great positioning on the defensive end.
Pierre inside lays it up and in. Joey St. Pierre, the transfer out of Wisconsin Parkside. Originally a commit to Texas. Here's Warwick with the ball now for Northern Kentucky.
You see Milwaukee's really trying to keep things tight defensively. They're allowing Northern Kentucky to get shots from the perimeter, but they're trying to keep it very tight on this end.
Faulkner for 3, and he splashes one in. Trayvon Faulkner now with 5 points.
Oh, that's a great way to loosen up the defense is when you can hit shots from the perimeter. And Faulkner shooting almost 40% on the year from the three-point line.
Just the 3rd made three-pointer of the night for Northern Kentucky. They're now 3 of 11 from long distance. Here's Golston. Gets it into St. Pierre.
Nice move.
It's a great move.
Level, I would have loved the opportunity to play for him.
What kind of coach would your dad be? Would he be a yeller and a screamer?
No. My dad, equal opportunity for everybody, you know.
Instant green light for you for sure, right?
My dad would have given me the ultimate green light on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Well, as we get back to live action, you met my dad earlier. He helped coach. He was more of a football guy. I remember he coached us in baseball, and he was our first base coach. And regardless of what the sign was, if you got on base, he screamed "go." And he was my dad. I wasn't going to tell him, no, that's not the sign.
Right.
I got threw out a few times doing that, but it is what it is. There you see Vin Baker getting it out to Newby. Of course, Vin Baker's dad was a famous player. He has the ball right now. No good, and St. Pierre gets an offensive rebound. Not too many of those have been the case for Milwaukee. And now they'll reset with 12 on the timer. Jordan Lathan points for direction. He gets a screen from St. Pierre, but instead Vin Baker Jr. will shoot from the outside and knock it down.
Boy, Vin Baker Jr. is having a great game so far, making a big impact. Normally not a guy that shoots a ton of shots from the perimeter, but look confident on that stroke.
Season high 11 points for Baker, and he's got 10 right now. Only averaging about 3 points per contest. Here's Robinson with it. He'll kick it out, and he'll get it stolen by Donovan Newby, and now he loses control somehow, and it goes back to Northern Kentucky. A tough break there for the Panthers.
Yeah, because they're doing a good job defensively, keeping the Northern Kentucky players that want to attack kind of having a hard time right now. You see great hands there from Newby, just losing a handle and going out of bounds.
Substitutions for Northern Kentucky. David Bam, the 6'9 sophomore, checks in for the first time. He is a European player out of the Prague, Czech Republic. I'll get that right here in a second as Sam Vincent knocks it down. He's from the Czech Republic. And he's not been in a game so long, I stuttered over where he's from.
There it is. Hey, it's a new year. We got a new start right here. Sam Vincent, the first Norse player in double figures already with 10 after that three.
Pull-up jumper there by Lathan. And it's rebounded there by, look out. Intercepted by Newby. As 1 point led by 10 points.
And right now they're doing a great job on this side of the ball. I mean, Northern Kentucky, 10 of their 24 points are actually off of turnovers. They're really struggling to execute in the half court, and you got to credit Milwaukee and what they've been able to do in this first half, especially over the last 5-6 minutes here.
And then Warwick takes his eyes off the ball, and that's going to be a backcourt violation.
Yeah, coming off of a timeout and then having to play like that, it's not going to make the coaching staff very happy.
And right now, Northern Kentucky, it's just the last couple plays just look like they've just kind of lost some focus, Brad.
They have, and I think a lot of it's just frustration on the offensive side of the ball. Guys like Faulkner and Warwick that want to attack and get to the rim, they're having a hard time finding those open lanes right now.
Here's Goldston to Thomas. Thomas drives with a blow-by. No good, though, as Brandon certainly didn't quit on that play. And now here's Northern Kentucky on the offensive end. Here's Vinson with it. Vinson drives.
Great pass.
One more to Warwick. He throws it away. But Vinson somehow saves it. Boy, Sam Vinson's just been everywhere for Northern Kentucky. Now there's 3 on the timer. He's got to throw up a prayer, and that's an air ball. And that's a tough possession for Northern Kentucky, and I think Milwaukee has a lot to do with that.
Absolutely. I mean, they are rotating at a high level right now, and then when they have that one-on-one matchup with the playmakers from Northern Kentucky, they are keeping Northern Kentucky in front of them right now.
So Milwaukee trailing by 5, and Donovan Newby will let the ball roll until it pretty much dies to conserve as much time as possible. Newby off of his knee, and now he's going to have to chase it down before Vincent takes it away from him, and that's going to be another backcourt violation. So a lot of sloppy play here, a couple of unforced errors on each team.
Yeah, the execution the last couple minutes here has been a little challenged. You know, it's got to be one guy kind of stepping up right now. And if you're looking at Northern Kentucky, for the majority of the year, that guy has been Trayvon Faulkner, the senior guard. Look for him to step up right now.
Langdon, right side. He's cut off, so circle back around, and that one's deflected by Newby, so no backcourt violation that time. 5 on the timer for Faulkner, too strong, and Donovan Newby gets the rebound, and he wants to push the pace for the Panthers. He does not have numbers, but he forces Journal as the Region 4 Player of the Year for Bowling Green High School, as Donovan Newby makes the free throw. He'll get a second one. Obviously, I believe that was a shooting violation as we were going into the break. He was going to get 2 anyway. Newby, a long, deep breath out of Chicago Heights, Illinois, and he'll make them both, and now he'll take a seat as Vin Baker Jr. will come and get him. So the 6'3" Newby goes out, and the 6'9" Baker will come back in. Here's Brandon with it now, a handoff to Vincent. Vincent goes around the way, no good, and Brandon tips it back out to the perimeter. Faulkner in traffic, no
Brandon
good.
Again.
And Brandon just keeps getting rebounds. Now it's the open David Bam, too strong, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Northern Kentucky. It's off of Jordan Latham, and that was Sam Vincent getting on the floor to make that happen.
Yeah, great hustle play there from Sam Vincent, but I mean, we could talk about it almost every possession, but Chris Brandon's activity rebounding the basketball. I mean, man, it's hard not to just keep watching him and watch the way that he fights when the ball goes up.
It's his activity down low and Vincent's activity more in the perimeter area that have just been incredible here in this game. Here is Langdon with it for Northern Kentucky. We approach the 3-minute mark before the intermission. Vincent calls his own number and rattles it in. Sam Vincent with a game-high 13 points, and Northern Kentucky back out by 6.
Yeah, 13 points for Vincent, 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from the three-point line. I mean, the true freshman playing extremely efficient right now on both ends of the ball.
Milwaukee trying to slow down the pace right now. They'll get it into Thomas. Latham for three. Wow, he missed that one badly, wide left. And here come the Norse. Faulkner on the left side. Brandon, now Vincent. Vincent drives. Nice close out there by Golston. Northern Kentucky has to continue. 9 on the timer. One more to the corner. Got it! Trayvon.
Coach Horn has done it. Your most talented guys, you have to find ways for them to be on the floor at the same time.
Milwaukee with it now. We approach the 2-minute mark of the half. They've got to stop the bleeding here and get a bucket. Baker, skip past to Golston, and that's the most wide open he's been all day, and he can't cash in. DeAndre Golston has been held scoreless here so far. Warwick, no good, and how about Brandon? He can't get the stick back, but he'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line as Jordan Latham is the guilty party.
Well, Brady, Northern Kentucky averages over 13 offensive rebounds per game. They're already looking to go well above that average. Chris Brandon alone is doing a great job on the glass. 5 offensive rebounds already in this game.
The Horizon League is one of the most storied basketball conferences in the country, with 2 Final Four appearances since 2010 and 7 programs reaching the Sweet 16. 23 Horizon League players have been drafted to the NBA, including the current New Orleans Pelicans head coach Willie Green. To learn more, visit horizonleague.com or by searching the hashtag HLMBB on social media. Willie Green, he's Detroit Mercy, right?
That's right.
That's your part of the world.
That's right. I mean, he was a big-time player at Detroit Mercy and turned that into a solid NBA career, and now getting it done as a coach. So pretty cool to see a guy from Detroit Mercy getting it done at the next level.
Here is Newby with it. And the reach-in foul committed by David Bam. That's the 8th team foul on Northern Kentucky, so Milwaukee will go to the free throw line and shoot 1 and the bonus. As Devin Hancock will return. As you see, Bam only played 6 minutes on Thursday and didn't play at all in the second half, and really they needed him in the 5 position, and he really wasn't equipped for that, and that's when Trey Robinson was asked to step in, and they went small, clearly, with 5 guards, and Robinson kind of disguising as a center with Chris Brandon in foul trouble.
Yeah, Trey Robinson did a great job in the last game, stepping up, playing well. I mean, David Bam, we know, is a ultra-talented scorer, but he's been inconsistent for the majority of the year. But he's a guy, if he steps up for Northern Kentucky, he gives them such an added element on the offensive end of the floor.
Newby makes both free throws, and now the Northern Kentucky lead is under 10 points. Let's see if they can push it back over double digits here with this trip. Mason back in the game. Now it's Bam. Mason. 8 on the timer, so Bam will pull the string and ring the bell. David Bam. Maybe that's the confidence booster he needs.
Yeah, but that was a confident-looking shot there for David Bam, and good to see him knock one down.
We're under a minute left. Northern Kentucky by 12. Milwaukee with the ball. The floater by Newby is no good. And Warwick comes away with it after it's tapped out by Brandon. And that one there goes in. Not sure who we're going to credit that to.
I'm going to credit Chris Brandon for the bucket, but Marquez Warwick has a big-time pass in transition.
Well, not just you, but the official scorer did as well. And now that's 8 points for Chris Brandon. And Coach Pat Baldwin says, slow this thing down. We can't give these guys another opportunity to touch the ball.
Yeah, but a great last minute for Northern Kentucky. David Bam with a big 3 and then attacking in transition and getting another bucket.
Golston with 8 on the shot clock, about 1 second difference. He'll pull up from the logo, no good. Not a great offensive set there of 9 Milwaukee turnovers. So just been an incredible first half so far, even though it was a bit choppy there at times, but Northern Kentucky really finished the half the right way.
Yeah, Milwaukee really had moments in the first half where they did a great job defensively and kind of slowed down Northern Kentucky's attack in the half court, but they just lost a little bit of rhythm in the final 4 minutes of that first half.
Sam Vincent picks up a quick foul right there coming out of the break, and that's going to be 3 on him. So Vincent, the first Northern Kentucky person with foul trouble right now. Darren Horn went with a pretty short rotation. He only played 8 guys. Trey Robinson, Isaiah Mason, and David Bam were the only 3 that played. Of course, it's a short-handed group. No Adrian Nelson, no Sabian Sims, and of course the ever-popular walk-on David Wassler not available due to illness. Hubie Bravorius, he has a physical injury, a lower back. He's not available either. So, you know, you got to play with the guys that are available, and right now they have tightened up the rotation. Here's Vincent for 3, short. Faulkner deflects it into the hands of Joey St. Pierre, and now Milwaukee will bring it down. Here's Golston. Like you said, he's the guy that's got to get going for the Panthers. Vin Baker Jr. for 3, no good, and Ward gets the board. So it's 1 and done for Milwaukee on that trip. Vincent gets it now. Warwick over top of Lathan, no good. And again, it's Brandon not necessarily getting the rebound, but affecting it. Vincent for 3, got it! Sam Vincent cashes one in, and now he has 16.
Well, and Milwaukee just continuing to give Northern Kentucky second chance opportunities. And when you're down like you are in a ball game like this right now, you can't allow that to happen.
Like I said, Brandon's not necessarily getting all the rebounds, but he's affecting every missed shot. No good. Loose ball, and it's Brandon on the floor. And somehow it goes off of St. Pierre, thanks to Chris Brandon getting on the floor and knocking it away.
And we keep saying it, but it's Chris Brandon just wanting it a little bit more compared to the other guys in this game. Every loose ball seems to be going to Northern Kentucky.
See the replay here. This is on the missed shot. Brandon on the ground, and there it is. It was Brandon who knocks it off the knee of St. Pierre, and that's some great camera work by a crew there, by the way.
Yeah, obviously off of St. Pierre and Milwaukee. Let's see if Northern Kentucky can get another quality shot on this end of the floor.
Langdon in no man's land, no good, and Baker ends up corralling the loose ball. Golston finds Baker, and he's fouled by Faulkner. So Trayvon Faulkner commits his second foul. And it looks like I thought they were going to call that on the floor, Brad, but they're going to send Vin Baker Jr. to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Today's production is crewed entirely by Northern Kentucky University students. They gain valuable hands-on experience that'll benefit them as they enter the job market. For more information on the electronic media and broadcasting major and the many other degree programs offered by Northern Kentucky University, log on to the website nku.edu. Northern Kentucky University, success by design. Here's Bryson Langdon. Vincent has it now. Warwick from long range, too strong. And chasing it down is Golston, and that is off of Brandon, and it'll go to Milwaukee.
You see Milwaukee electing on that possession defensively to move into a 2-3 zone. That'll allow Northern Kentucky those open shots from the perimeter. I thought Warwick, good shot, had plenty of space from the Milwaukee defender, just unable to knock that one down.
Moses Bowl checks back in, 7'1", 225-pound graduate student from the South Sudan. We talked about it earlier. He is the cousin of Manute Bowl, as well as Manute's son Bol Bol, who played 1 year at Oregon. But Moses' path has been an interesting one. He's a transfer from Central Florida, where he redshirted and didn't actually get into a game, but also played 2 seasons at Colby Community College. And He's hoped to find a home here in Milwaukee, and they're going to need him for some low post presence. There's Thomas, who's also in the game now. Newby with 4 on the timer, still dancing, and he somehow puts up a tough shot from the elbow.
Yeah, and Donovan Newby is a talented freshman. I think he's a big-time playmaker. He's had 6 games this year over double figures for Milwaukee.
Sam Vincent for Northern Kentucky. Milwaukee goes with a variation of a zone themselves, and at the logo, Vincent misses, and Vin Baker Jr. chases it down. Golston with it. Now Baker. Spin move. Nice little pretty teardrop shot there by Vin Baker Jr. And he now has a new career high in a Milwaukee uniform.
Yeah, and that's just a confident move right there from Vin Baker Jr. attacking Northern Kentucky. Gets stopped on the drive, but has the poise to make that spin move.
Faulkner for 3, short. Brandon had it momentarily, and Josh Thomas takes it away. Thomas gets it to the big fella, and he
Chris Brandon off of the glass. They have had no answer for his energy so far in this game.
Moses Bowles splits the pair of free throws. And now Milwaukee comes out with some urgency. They go full court, but then once Northern Kentucky gets it inbounded, they'll drop back into a man-to-man. We've seen some zone looks from them. And now we've seen a bit of a press. Trey Robinson and Isaiah Mason are back in the game for the Norse. This is Mason with the ball. Vincent, he's wide open. Short though, and Golston runs down the loose ball. I know there's still a lot of time left, Brad, but at some point Milwaukee's got to play with some urgency, right?
They do, and they don't want to allow Northern Kentucky to get set defensively in the half court. They've been struggling on this side of the ball pretty much throughout the game. They have to look to get their defense, to get them some points on the offensive end, start attacking a little bit more in transition. They're just not getting quality shots in the half court offensively.
Chris Brandon rips that rebound away, and Robinson with a nice skip pass. Mason off the side of the backboard. The young fella got excited there. He just hasn't had enough opportunity to be able to relax, but maybe those times are going to come as Bowl is rejected by Brandon, but chases it down. Here's Golston after a no-look pass, kind of startled him, and pretty sloppy right now. Pat Baldwin says slow down, but you only got 7 to work with, so Newby throws up an air ball.
That was just
Pat Baldwin just shakes his head.
That was just a wasted possession right there for Milwaukee. Really not being strong with the basketball, not being physical. I mean, Bull and Thomas had the ball close to the rim, and they're just not able to collect themselves and have the composure to go up strong.
So Hancock and Sims return. Sims had a really nice game at Wright State. As there you take a look at Coach Baldwin momentarily, as Vin Baker Jr. and DeAndre Golston will take a seat. So Trayvon Faulkner returns after a brief rest. He comes back with his 3 fouls. So Faulkner and Vincent both with 3 personals for Northern Kentucky. That's the extent of their foul trouble. Here's Langdon with it right now. Here's Faulkner. Robinson's wide open. Bowl with a nice closeout. And that probably altered the shot there by Robinson. Thomas now looks to be running the point. He gets it over to Newby. Bowl and Sims are in the same spot. They find the open Thomas. So a good clear out there to get a guy open down low.
Yeah, and a great cut there from Josh Thomas away from the basketball.
Langdon's open, but Newby closes out and causes the of 17, which he's established 3 different times, and with 13:09 left to go. Not that we're trying to see him pad his stats, because he's efficient in his shot attempts, that's for sure.
He is, and it looks like he never gets tired out there. It seems like he's always under control, has a great patience about him the way he plays.
Devin Hancock misses, and it's volleyballed around until Trayvon Faulkner takes charge. Vincent with it now. He'd get it to Langdon. As Northern Kentucky will bring some subs in during the next stoppage of play. Faulkner. Now Vincent. And he was bodied up there by Josh Thomas, and that is going to draw a foul. As Brandon will return along with Warwick and David Bam. So that was out on the floor, so that's only the first foul called against Milwaukee. Here in the half, that is. So Northern Kentucky will trigger it in. Hand off to Warwick. He's working on Thomas. He draws a double team. It's tapped up, no good by Brandon. And Sims gets the rebound. Sims gets it back for three. Got it. Tafari Sims. He is a guy who scored 32 points in a game last year against IUPUI. Puts in his first bucket of the day.
And a much-needed bucket in this ball game for number 11.
Looks like Milwaukee comes out of that timeout with a 2-3 zone. Devin Hancock in the game right now, number 1 in black for the Panthers. Northern Kentucky looks confused by it. Here's Bam. 3 on the timer. Faulkner will rise and fire, no good. And Vincent comes away with a rebound. So Northern Kentucky gets another chance.
Yeah, Faulkner really struggling from the field in this ball game. 3 of 14, 2 of 7 now from the three-point line.
Oh, it's back down to 6 on the timer. Northern Kentucky, and they're going to leave him open. And he missed badly there. Holy cow. That almost missed the backboard, Brad Redford.
Yeah, again, I think there is a draft in this building right now. There's got to be a couple doors open, maybe more than usual.
Is the roof on the building open?
I mean, we have seen some challenged shots from the perimeter on both sides, too. It hasn't just been Northern Kentucky.
No, not at all. Oh, and there's a three-pointer for Devin Hancock, and that one was pure. The freshman out of Dallas, Texas, cashes in for the first time today. And then on the other end, Warwick can't convert the floater, but he does get fouled. It's going to be against the aforementioned Devin Hancock. Let's take a look at the replay here. Skip pass out of a double team, and somebody's open. They identified it as Hancock, and he made Northern Kentucky pay, and it's now a one-possession game.
Yeah, and that's what Hancock can do off the bench. He's a good shooter from the perimeter, and you saw there he's got a great stroke, stepped into that one with confidence and knocked it down.
Second-year player for them, even though he's listed as a freshman, played 19 games off the bench last year. As Warwick makes the first free throw, Marquez just 4 points tonight, or today. And he short arms that one, but David Bam gets an offensive rebound, yet another for NKU. Warwick by himself, and he buries it in the bottom of the sack. So essentially a three-point play, and then Vincent with a block of Hancock from behind. Send that weak stuff out of here.
That's right, man. That's a big-time defensive play there from the freshman, Sam Vincent.
Talk about a guy that can do it all on both ends of the floor. I mean, he's your best defender. He's your leading scorer today. And then that one's deflected by Warwick out of bounds. But, I mean, his length is definitely a problem from other teams. Look at that.
Yeah, showing off the athleticism there and the timing to block that shot. You saw a little bit of a smile from him. He's calm, cool, and collected. He doesn't give you a ton of emotion at all times, but I saw a little bit of a smirk on that block.
That one's knocked out of bounds, and it'll go back to Northern Kentucky at another Milwaukee turnover as Jordan Latham goes in and Newby comes out. Vincent with it. Warwick's open. He'll rise and fire, and he has 2 in a row.
Well, Marquez Warwick is a guy that can score in a hurry. He's had a little bit of an up and down year on the offensive end, but his last 5 games averaging over 18 a game, so he's really starting to find his rhythm.
Thomas is hammered by Brandon. And he'll go to the free throw line, but that's the right play there for Brandon. Make you earn it at the free throw line. No, he's not from Detroit. Played at Detroit 3 seasons, but that looked like a Detroit bad boy move there, didn't it?
He's got that Detroit toughness about him. I mean, Chris Brandon does not back down from any type of competition.
There's the bad boys, meaning Bill Lambier, Rick Mahorn, among others. You took your safety into your own hands if you thought you were going to try to get a point in the paint with those guys back in the late 80s.
Yeah, well, you can't play with that type of physicality anymore.
No, of course not. But still, when that was the case, they took advantage of the fact that it was what some folks would call a man's game back then. Not that it isn't a man's game, it's just a different game. As we get back to live action, here's Vincent kicking it over. Now he'll get it back. Spin move, and it's kicked by Thomas. So they'll put 20 on the timer and allow NKU to inbound it from the sideline. 9:32 left to go in this one. Northern Kentucky has extended its lead to 9, and they have the ball. Faulkner, jump stop, kick out, no good, and Brandon chases down another second opportunity. Bam, no good, and it's Thomas with the rebound.
Boy, that's number 10 for Chris Brandon on the offensive glass.
Offensive rebound, not total.
That's right.
Offensive. Thomas, no good, and it's kicked out on the ricochet, and Milwaukee has another chance. Brandon again, this time he's on the floor. He's either in the air or on the ground, and now I believe Vincent was fouled out on the floor, and he was. The guilty party is Devin Hancock. So 4 team fouls against Milwaukee. And NKU will inbound it underneath its own basket. Golston and Bowl return. Hancock and St. Pierre go out. It'll be Warwick who triggers into Brandon. He'll get it back on the handoff. Warwick still working. Might have got away with a foul there. Bam. Rattles out. Little heartbreak hotel there for David Bam. And here come the Panthers. Thomas. One more for Golston, and he takes the collar off finally. DeAndre Golston gets in the book for the first time at the 8:22 mark. Here's Vincent with it for Northern Kentucky. Bam, he'll try again, and he'll play a little string music from the corner. David Bam hopefully is heating up for the Norse.
Yeah, it's David Bam's second made three-point shot of the ball game, and a much-needed one for Northern Kentucky.
There's Lathan working on Bam. Thomas with a crossover into traffic. Long three-pointer, and that's back-to-back for DeAndre Golston. You can't hold a great shooter down.
Well, we know that DeAndre Golston can heat up in a hurry. He's coming off a game at Wright State where he had 26 points. And when you average over 16 a game, you average that for a reason. Let's see if Golston can close out this game with a little bit of a scoring flurry.
Bam comes up short, and Thomas and Faulkner fight for it. But it's Lathan who gets it for Milwaukee. There's Golston again. He shows fake. He'll kick it out and throws it to his own.
Of energy for Northern Kentucky, and man, it just impacts your whole team when you have a guy playing like that, going for every loose ball, making all those toughness plays that you have to make to win in conference season.
Well, that was a tough inbound there. Northern Kentucky was stuck in the corner. Mason and Vincent were the only two trying to get it to each other. And that one there was just a difficult ask. The 1HL group is a student-athlete-led initiative that seeks to celebrate unity and inclusion while also bringing meaningful change across the Horizon League by encouraging student-athletes to be the change. Projects have included the annual Coach John McClendon Day, Also, voter registration drives and celebrations around diversity and inclusion. Learn more at horizonleague.com/1HL or by searching the hashtag 1HL on social media. But a good job there by Milwaukee to force a trap there into the corner that you're already trying to inbound. You know, Northern Kentucky needed to have more help there, and instead Milwaukee forces a turnover.
Well, and just when you think Northern Kentucky is going to take over this ball game, they haven't been able to do that. Got to credit Milwaukee for just staying tough, especially in the second half. And they're knocking down key shots and making key plays in moments.
The drive by Latham, he skips it in the corner to Golston, and look at that. DeAndre Golston, after wearing the collar for, what, the first 30 or so minutes, now has 9 points.
Yeah, scoreless there for 30 minutes, and now 3 quick threes to help Milwaukee get right back in this ball game.
It's a one-possession game. Northern Kentucky leads by 3. David Bam misses, and now a chance for Milwaukee to possibly tie this thing up. Golston, guarded by Warwick. He makes a move, no good. Mason had a hand on it, couldn't corral it, but they say it's off Milwaukee. I think that's a break for the Norse.
Yeah, Coach Baldwin wanted Josh Thomas to go after that offensive rebound. He was in position to get that board and give Milwaukee another opportunity. And that tough shot from Golston. I know he's hit 3 in a row. That one a little bit of a heat check there, just a little bit off.
See if the Norse can extend its lead. Here's Langdon with it, top of the key, with 6 minutes left to go in this one. Northern Kentucky looking to go 2-2 in league play. Here's Faulkner, no good. And one and done that time. Faulkner holding his elbow. Latham drives and lays it in through traffic, and now the officials are going to call an injury timeout to get Trayvon Faulkner out of there.
Yeah, big time drive there from Jordan Latham for Milwaukee, the athletic guard, just attacking, and that's a big time finish right there. Trayvon Faulkner, hopefully he's okay, but just having a struggle so far in this game, just 3 of 16 from the field. Man, that was a sweet finish there from Latham.
Now they pick up full court just on the inbounds. Milwaukee goes back into their half-court man-to-man. It's a 1-point Northern Kentucky lead. Here's Vinson with it. Let's see what Langdon's going to do. He'll get it to Trey Robinson. Here comes the screen from Brandon. There's the roll, but Vinson can't find him. 3 on the timer. Mason makes his move. Too strong, and Vinson's going to chase it down for another second opportunity. Pat Baldwin here is beside himself. The Milwaukee head coach. He just can't believe his team can't grab defensive rebounds. Vincent with the floater. Sam Vincent. That's what a lot of people saw last year at Highlands, more the creative side where he can get downhill, distribute, or finish for himself.
Well, he's getting more and more comfortable on the offensive end. Felt like early on in the season, he found that comfort right away on the defensive end, but he's picking his spots a lot better on the offensive side. Man, he's had such a good ball game on that end now, 18 points in this game.
St. Pierre has it deflected, but Baker's right there to corral it. 3 on the shot clock, a double team, a wild shot, and I thought they let him play on, but instead they'll whistle it dead for the shot clock violation. But a great defensive stand for NKU.
Yeah, great job there defensively from Northern Kentucky, and I think Chris Brandon wanted that rebound to count right there, but a great job there forcing Milwaukee into a difficult shot at the end of the shot clock.
Well, I'm sure everybody for NKU wanted that rebound to count, and then that goes out of bounds, and that goes off of Langdon. And really, Northern Kentucky has struggled to inbound the ball here against this pressure.
Yeah, and Bryson Langdon was open, just a miscommunication between Robinson and Langdon. Langdon stopped. Robinson thought he was going to continue to go to the corner.
Whatever Trayvon Faulkner's ailment was, he has recovered quickly, and he's back in there. So he was grabbing his elbow when he went out of the game. Here's Donovan Newby with the ball. Latham directs traffic. He'll blow by Langdon and finish. Despite the help from Faulkner, that's another great finish for Jordan Lathan.
Yeah, I like the way that Lathan is attacking right now. Just a straight line drive, just being physical at the rim with the Northern Kentucky defenders.
Langdon. Brandon couldn't quite get it. Now he's on the ground. Needs some help, and Milwaukee comes away with it, and they have a chance to take the lead. Newby to Golston, lays it up and in. So Milwaukee takes the lead at the 3:37 mark, 53-52, and now Northern Kentucky is on its heels.
Yeah, and that was a great hustle play there from Jordan Lathan to get on the floor and get that ball out to Newby.
Here's Vincent with it. He kicks it out. Faulkner. Vincent thought about shooting, decides against it. They'll try to find a better shot. Warwick has it with 5 on the timer. He backs out for a tough 3 at the end of the shot clock, no good. And right now, Milwaukee is starting to tighten down the clamps.
Yeah, but I did feel like Sam Vincent had a good look on that left side. With the way he's been shooting the basketball, I would like to have seen him take that shot.
We're under 3 minutes to go. Milwaukee with a 1-point lead in the ball. Wraparound pass is giving Milwaukee a 2-possession lead.
Yeah, Golston heating up here in this second half. There's 4 3-point makes in this half alone.
And NKU has gone cold from the outside as Warwick settles her first available and can't knock it in. And now Milwaukee. Jordan Lathan, they're looking to bleed as much clock as possible. Here's Vin Baker Jr. inside to Joey St. Pierre. Nice move. Oh, and it goes in. St. Pierre with just his 5th point of the day. The transfer out of Wisconsin Parkside. Former GLBC conference mate of NKU way back in the day. Here's Mason. Boy, that one almost wedgied into the rim in the backboard. And NKU is settling for first available, and they've not been good looks.
Yeah, just pressing a little bit on the offensive end. And Isaiah Mason, not a guy that has taken many 3-point shots this year. Probably too early of a shot in the shot clock at that point.
So it's a 6-point Milwaukee lead. If they can score here, the way NKU's shooting, this could be insurmountable. No good. Vincent has it. Milwaukee is trying to snap a 10-game losing streak to NKU, and they're 1:07 away from doing so. Here is Faulkner for 3, no good. Brandon with another rebound, but he falls down. Warwick! Nathan will inbound, and he was able to run the baseline, didn't need to. Newby gets it across over to Latham as they cross the timeline. Here comes the trap. And Golston loses control. Not a great pass. Here's Faulkner, and he's tripped up by Lathan, and that's going to be out on the floor. And only the 5th foul committed by Milwaukee, so not a shooting situation.
Boy, I expected Northern Kentucky to really pressure Milwaukee, and they did. Great job on that double team at the half court. Faulkner picks up the loose ball and goes right on the attack on the offensive end.
So Northern Kentucky will inbound it. Sideline, right in front of its own bench. It'll be Marquez Warwick who will be the trigger man, as now they'll wipe up that perspiration right around the top of the key. 45.8 left to go. You don't have to have a 2 here, or you don't have to have a 3. You can settle for a 2, but you definitely need to score, right?
Absolutely. I mean, look for Sam Vincent to attack right here on the ball screen and try to make a play for a teammate.
Warwick has it knocked away by Newby. He dribbled into traffic. Milwaukee made him pay. Still with fouls. No, through the sports information office that they've lost 10 straight to Northern Kentucky, and they want to snap that right now. So Sam Evans checks in the game. Make that Jake Evans, excuse me. Shout out to a former intern of mine named Sam Evans. Jake Evans checks in to commit the foul. And still Northern Kentucky's got 2 more to give before they can send Milwaukee to the line. So 28.2, I think that's Evans' job right now, is to use up those 2 fouls they need to get.
Well, Northern Kentucky can go for the quick steal here, but then they need to foul almost immediately. I see Newby
Great
with the ball now.
job there by Golston just to get it away from those guys. And Newby will be fouled, and it's Vincent committing his 4th. Still one more to give before you send the Panthers to the free throw line with 24.2. And now Bryson Langdon will return, and you got to take Vincent out. Probably one of your best defenders, because you don't want to send him to the dairy queue.
Right, and you really don't want to foul Donovan Newby in this position. He's a 90% shooter from the free throw line, so take your chances on a number of other players. A pretty good foul there for Northern Kentucky with Vin Baker Jr. just being a 61% shooter from the line.
And you did it right away, too. Little or no time went off the clock. So at 23.5, Vincent, Bam, and Warwick can all come back in, and you'll send Vin Baker Jr. to the free throw line. As you said, not a great free throw shooter, 61.5% on the season. Today, he's 2 out of 4. Milwaukee leads by 3. And it's a 1-and-1 opportunity, so they can make the substitute now as St. Pierre comes in for size. And right now, Milwaukee's only putting one guy on the free throw lane for a rebound. And the fans that are in here are making some noise, and Baker is nothing but nylon there to make it a 4-point lead, and he gets the bonus free throw.
Well, and Baker Jr. shot that one with confidence, and why not? He really has had a great game.
Short on that one, and Pierre, the only guy for Milwaukee on the lane, gets the rebound. After all of those rebounds for Northern Kentucky, the biggest one of the game is by Joey St. Pierre.
Yeah, and that's just a backbreaker if you're Northern Kentucky. You have to get that rebound off of a miss, and there should have been 2 guys for the Norse blocking out St. Pierre, and he still finds a way to get that rebound.
So Latham will shoot 1 in the bonus with 18.5. And he makes the first. So it's a 2-possession game regardless of the make or the miss, with 18.5 to go. And he makes them both, and now Newby will check back in, and I believe it's Thomas is who he'll come and get. So NKU led for most of the way, but Milwaukee has just played better down the stretch as they look to finish this one out. Here is Langdon. He'll race it up. You got to get it off quickly. Here's Warwick. Langdon for 3 out of the corner. No good. Warwick gets the rebound. Under 10 seconds, and Golston just took it away from him, and that's going to do it. The Milwaukee Panthers have snapped a 10-game losing streak against